for joining us on this Sunday morning. I'm Melissa Constanzo.
And I'm Damien Lotus. Today is October 12th, and as Melissa said, it's Sunday, and we are still tracking the latest with this tropical wind and rainstorm off the east coast of the U.S.
You can see this lifting northward, and as it does so, it takes through this evening, Monday, Tuesday, before it really starts to pull away from the eastern coast. And it's a stretched out piece of energy, but the wind is one of the big factors.
Absolutely. We've been showing cameras from the Carolinas up through the Jersey Shore and parts of the Northeast, and they are only getting worse and worse as we head throughout today. And that is going to be the case as we head throughout, as Melissa said, even as we head into Tuesday.
Coastal dangers from the storm are mounting along the east coast this morning, and a storm developing off that southeastern coastal. It's kicking up a lot of large swells here, rough surf and coastal flooding along with parts of the mid-Atlantic.
It's a special concern after multiple rounds of erosion so far this year. We've seen the videos of the houses in North Carolina on the stilts get knocked over. AccuWeather's Leslie Hudson is live from Virginia Beach in Virginia with the latest.
Hey, good morning to you, Damien. Yeah, it is a blustery start to this Sunday. A light but steady, persistent rain, as you can see. We'll be wiping our camera off. Pretty common throughout the morning to try and show you our clear picture. The winds have relaxed just a bit, but they're definitely gusting in that 25, 20 mile per hour range for sure. I'm going to step out of the way here and let you guys take a look at the pier over my shoulder. It is an angry Atlantic Ocean on this early Sunday morning. A lot of rough surf. As you can see, those waves probably 4 feet-ish off by the pier. There has been just a handful of people we've seen here out this morning. Of course, the Virginia Beach officials have told folks to try and stay in today if they can, because it's just going to be a nasty Sunday here with this persistent onshore wind and also the concern for tidal flooding later today. We'll talk about that in just a second, but these large swells and these longer periods of these swells are a recipe for renewed beach erosion, and that's what has officials concerned here in Virginia Beach. They have been trying to do what they can. I got some video last night when I got into Virginia Beach, and there was a few people out and about. The crews here along the boardwalk in Virginia Beach did put some sand up along the boardwalk here to try and help when that high tide comes in this afternoon, by the way. AccuWeather meteorologists are saying that anywhere from 1 to 3 inches of rain is what we can expect here in Virginia Beach. So again, the calling card for us will not be, a significant amount of rain. It's going to be that onshore flow, these gusty winds that are forecast to get up to around 50 to 60 miles an hour later today, when that area of low pressure, that tropical wind and rainstorm, gets a little closer to where we are in this neck of the woods as we head into the remainder of today. And the high tide today is around 1 to 2 p.m. And there are several spots here. Virginia Beach officials and Norfolk officials are worried about that tidal flooding. They think if it gets as high as they're forecasting, that it could be the highest tide that they've seen here in the last 10 to 15 years. So they're expecting 6.5 to 7 feet of the peak high tide between, again, 1 and 2 p.m. We'll be out there trying to get some video for you guys for later today to see how that plays out. The concern, of course, will be for the low-lying areas. They have opened parking garages for the folks that are in those areas that are prone to the flooding. And just south of me down the road in North Carolina, by the way, in the Outer Banks, they have shut down North Carolina Road 12 because overwash started to spill onto the highway yesterday. So there are some road closures thanks to the overwash. If you have to be out in this today, of course, check with the local highway officials to see what roads might be closed. And again, as we head towards that high tide area, concerned what could be some major flooding. They are considering some major flooding to be a problem later today in the Virginia Beach, Norfolk area, the Hampton Roads area, very popular part here in Virginia Beach. And by the way, they've also redirected some cruise ships out of the port in Norfolk because of the really rough conditions. So some boats that were ships that were scheduled to come in today have been delayed one day and now are expected to come in tomorrow, although tomorrow will be pretty rough here as well. Reporting live from Virginia Beach, I'm Leslie Hudson. We'll send it back to you.
All right, Leslie, thank you so much. Yeah, some pretty impressive views out there. It's going to take you live right now to Mateo, North Carolina. And yeah, Melissa, this is going to be one of those cameras that overall right now not looking too bad, but it's going to get a lot worse here as we head throughout the hours.
Yeah, it's not really easy to identify what's actually being blown by the wind other than the waves continue to come in. And remember, there is barrier islands out beyond that as you work your way out towards the outer banks of North Carolina. So this is really a back bay that's still receiving quite a bit of chop at this point in time. We will continue to have that problem there in northeastern North Carolina as the winds come onshore. We're also seeing around this low still an onshore push here for some of the immediate beaches here of North Carolina, including maybe just north of the Wrightsville Beach in so many spots. And the winds have been a little bit more offshore through the coast of South Carolina. When to work up the coast, because Atlantic City, you've already gusted to 41 miles per hour. I think that was, yes, the 41 mile per hour wind gust that you can see there. So we still have those challenges unfolding with this whole storm. And it's part of that squeeze play, essentially, the high pressure system just kicking things in and pushing those winds ashore that has led to some of the rough surf conditions that we've also seen out there and all of the concern for coastal flooding. And do recall that that concern for coastal flooding is highlighted through parts of North Carolina northward into portions of New England, even as you work your way just off the coast of Connecticut, for example. We are worried about some of that chance for some wet weather. Did want to break down the radar for you. You can see all of this rain still charging its way northward and providing for the chance for more rain up the Jersey Shore this afternoon. That'll work into New York City as we go into this evening. And you can see also the heavy rain that's still around in South Carolina. Currently, though, that rain just cutting into Cape May County there, moving through the Wildwood region at this point in time. You'll see it work its way into Atlantic City momentarily. Heavy rain, though, big problem here through coastal South Carolina. This is the Georgetown region where they've already picked up 5+ inches of rainfall. In fact, radar estimates have topped 7 inches, but you can see Georgetown, South Carolina, and McClellanville dealing with 5+ inches already from this storm system. So if there's a spot that's flooding, it will likely be here in South Carolina, where we see that from rainfall flooding as opposed to coastal flooding, which is still a risk. If you look at Atlantic City, this is one of those factors here for coastal flooding with the north-northeast winds, I should say the east-northeast winds. We will have those tides well above what is typical of a lunar cycle for us this time. And you can see when we get to that 6 to 7 foot range, I'm just telling you that the records are there and found pretty similar to that category. So we'd be in the top 10, 15 record spots likely for that tide. Taking you northward, here's all the rain still working its way in through the afternoon into even cities like Boston. We get in on that action. Notice how there's another low just holding on here off the coast of South Carolina, North Carolina, where it floats there along the coast or just inland will make a difference maybe for how much rainfall it will have and wind, but it will still be a little bit of a factor as the bulk of the energy lifts north. But Damien, it's going to hang out here for a while.
Yeah, so it's going to be hanging out for a while, and that's going to be really bad for the coastal areas of the Carolinas here for more flooding. Hey, here's your view, Melissa, here from Wildwood, New Jersey. And yeah, the camera's shaking pretty good there because of the wind. So we're going to be watching out for, once again, every single camera we show you today. If you think it looks bad now, it's going to get worse and worse and worse as we head throughout today and as we head into tomorrow. Here's the latest of what we are tracking with the AccuWeather exclusive iPath. You can see that very slowly, pretty much hugging the coast for the next couple of days heading into Monday. But starting on Tuesday, it's going to get turned really hard to the right, and then it's going to step on the gas here as the jet stream takes it out to sea going further. But overall, you can see, I mean, look at this, pretty much hugging the coast from the Outer Banks all the way through the Jersey Shore, and Long Island will be included on this as well. So we are going to see widespread impacts. One of the strongest impacts, the biggest impacts, I should say, will be from straight line wind gusts. And the reason why is, yes, not only do we have the tropical wind and rainstorm to the south, that area of circulation, that low pressure centers in the northern hemisphere rotate counterclockwise. And we also have this area of high pressure to the north. High pressure in the northern hemisphere rotates clockwise. So you have these two opposite areas of pressure rotating in opposite directions. So what those opposite directions are doing is pretty much funneling all these winds here across parts of the East Coast. That's why the winds are going to be so strong here across this region. So when we look at our tropical impacts here, the risk to both lives and property across the East Coast, this is going to be a level 1. Our AccuWeather risk impact scale goes from 1 to 5. This is going to be a level 1 here across the East Coast, primarily for storm surge, flooding rainfall, beach erosion, and strong straight line winds. When we look at the rainfall, total rainfall amounts will be widespread 2 to 4 inches. That's what we're mainly forecasting for. But for the Outer Banks of North Carolina, we're forecasting widespread 4 to 8 inches. And one of the reasons why is that not only are we tracking the rainfall right now, but as Melissa showed you earlier, there's going to be a secondary area of circulation across the Carolinas bringing additional rainfall heading into tonight and into tomorrow. So because of that, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a rain gauge there in the Outer Banks of North Carolina topping 10 inches of total rainfall. When you look at the strong winds, winds are going to be widespread 40 to 60 miles an hour here across this region. So because of that, because of how strong the winds will be, we are going to see some power outages here across the East Coast. Very highly populated areas out here. So we're going to be talking tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of customers without power here as we head into Monday. So we're going to be tracking that with the latest here as we go forward. We're also going to be watching out for dangerous storm surge in this region as well. Stay right here with AccuWeather ahead. We'll have more updates coming up right after this.